Prime Minister, how would you evaluate Perth 2011?
I think the CHOGM here in Perth 2011 has been historic in many regards. Of course, it's the first time I think a Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has visited Australia. But more important has been the emphasis on the empowerment of women, the empowerment of youth, and of course the whole issue of sustainable development, especially as it affects our small island nations. So I was very pleased to see these areas being explored and decisions being taken. You would see the communique being put out there, many areas of agreement. So how do I dub Perth 2011? It's been a great meeting.
Is there a clearly defined roadmap of implementation of some of the reforms that have been adopted here at this meeting?
Of course, there are strategies in terms of implementation, but I do believe, like in so many other areas of governance, the Commonwealth is no stranger to let's get it right, no stranger to seeing non-implementation of very great intentions. And that has always been, in my respectful view, a challenge for the Commonwealth and for those who question the relevance of the Commonwealth at this day and time. However, be that as may, it is very important that we recognize and acknowledge the commonality of the Commonwealth people. So even if decisions are taken and the implementation is not as fast or as effective as we would like it to be, there is this body of knowledge, this body of people of the 54 nation states of the Commonwealth that we share so much. I come back to the word in common. And we need to build on that commonality in terms of the way we see the world, in terms of our jurisprudence, in terms of our democracy and governance issues. We have so much in common, but I believe that we have not capitalized on those common and shared areas of thinking and being and doing business. And if I would like to see anything and comment on it, it would be that we must build further on this. Whilst I've been here, I have been promoting the idea of South cooperation, of building partnerships with Commonwealth nations. And indeed, we have had several bilaterals with member states, heads of member states, Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, several other nations where we have something in common, namely our 100 years of expertise in oil and gas. And so what I would like to see coming out of this is the networking that we've been able to establish whilst we've been here in Perth, to build on that networking, to promote those nations, and of course, to position and promote Trinidad and Tobago as a gateway for the Commonwealth into the Americas.
And how do you match your initiatives with those of your high-powered ministerial delegation that came with you?
I would say that whatever I've done here could not have been done. I stand on the shoulders of my ministerial delegation. In particular, I would like to thank our Minister of Foreign Affairs, who has been a world of wealth and being a tower of strength to us in support and in promoting the very core values which we espouse and stand for. I want to thank our High Commissioner, Gavin Nicholas, also for the tremendous work he's been putting in as being at the center of the Commonwealth in London. And of course, we did have other ambassadorial delegates here out of South Africa, out of Uganda and Nigeria. That's Obika, Harry Partap and Patrick Edwards. And above all and beyond, above or below, I would like to thank our advisor, Special Advisor on Commonwealth Affairs. I do not think we could have achieved a success here without the tremendous hard work being done, had been done, still being done by young Shembalu Singh, a good Trini, as they say. I understand he went to the launching of Tribe last night. Australians here, Trini Australians, launched a Tribe band for Carnival next year. So keeps the flag flying. And Gideon, of course, we thank you as well. And your team.
Were you surprised to have seen so many Trinbagonians living here in Australia?
I was, I must admit, and then it will be maybe because of my ignorance and not enough research, but I was surprised. And what was very wonderful is this very senior lady, Miss Devatile, was it?
Yes.
Yes, that she had written to us long before we came to Australia, encouraging us and pointing out to us that there's this large Trini posse here in Australia. And of course, the rest is history. We did meet them. a very warm welcome from them, and we want to thank Ms. Vidal because I really didn't know. And so surprised us. But you know, in one sense you're surprised, in another you're not. There's a Trini in every part of the world. Anywhere you go, you will find a Trini. I think if you go in the Sahara Desert, we'll find a Trini. And of course, there's oil and gas here as well. And the expertise of Trinis, Trinbagonians in oil and gas, or 100 years of that expertise, of course, pays off, because many persons I met who were here were indeed involved in the oil and gas sector here.
And
so we share that expertise everywhere.
And we met people who are particularly interested in some form of official Trinidad and Tobago representation in Perth.
Of course, they were very enthusiastic in maintaining the contact with us in Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm sure that our Minister of Foreign Affairs will look to the best way for establishing that. And so the Trinidad-Tobagonian diaspora is very important to us. They carry our flag wherever they may be, whether it be here in Australia, in Washington, in London, in New York, wherever they are. They're very important. They are, in fact, the first salespersons, if it were, or the first promoters before we even get there. They are on the ground, they promote, they fly the flag, and I was very happy to give, of course, each of them the red, white, and black of Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you very much, Gideon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.